Hello, welcome to this match, Dominion League F11, Alexconga versus Minionpawn. I'm here with KHZ.
How you doing, Sean?
Doing well. We've got a little bit of trashing here, but only a little.
I mean, counterfeit is good trashing, to be fair.
Counterfeit. I was only looking at the action cards. Counterfeit is good trashing. You can dismantle. Dismantle feels better on the states when you have counterfeit around.
Yeah.
So then we look for draw.
There's not much. And by that I mean the only thing is activated cities.
And so you kind of want to get thin and play with legionaries and golds and muck up your opponents.
Yeah, legionary attack feels really big here because there's no way to recover from it with draw. Again, until cities are active.
Yeah. The other thing to watch out for is Vineyard Populate, where you can get a lot of victory points pretty quickly.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. That's probably like the ideal way to score if you can hit that price point, which isn't trivial on this board.
Yeah, because the deck that has legionaries and golds, it's tough to hit you every single turn. And, you know, a deck that's populated is going to have a less likely ability to do it, but it's probably more likely to populate again. Possibly using coffers from Plaza. Probably you don't really want to play with candlestick makers here. Unless you really need to, but with draw limited, I think you probably don't want to play with any candlestick makers.
Yeah. So Alex opened Plaza Silver, which I don't love. I feel like Dismantle Silver is a bit better here, which is what Minionpawn did.
Yeah, Dismantle Silver is a little bit worse at hitting 5 compared to Plaza Silver, but it's very minimal. And you really want to start to thin out and get your counterfeits going. So this is a spot where I would even consider buying another counterfeit and passing, giving up 2 coins.
Yeah, 2 counterfeits looks good to me.
You could have even considered like trashing a silver there to get another Plaza or something, getting a counterfeit and dismantle. Once you have the counterfeits going, it's not like you get a ton of extra value out of that silver. They can already populate here if they want.
Oh yeah, turn 6 populate. Is there anything that affects the order? It doesn't look like it. Oh, Mandarin.
When you gain this, put all choices you have in play. So it doesn't affect the order, but it's... Man, if you
does something.
If you can get
gold... Is there a populate golden deck here?
I was trying to come up with one that also has potion. 3 golds, counterfeit potion.
Yeah.
And then you buy Vineyard Populate every turn for the rest of the game.
That's actually amazing.
Well, until your opponent attack you, and then you have a giant deck. It just seems real tough to line up the Legionary.
Yeah, there's no way to get deck control here, so I think you just add a couple Legionaries and golds into your deck and kind of hope.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great. Like you want to build an engine, but it's just trying to build an engine here means you got to get really thin, and you're passing up on populates and stuff. What I'm interested in here, that was a nice Jester hit, is if somebody picks up a potion soon. It gets... This kind of kingdom could be if you win 5-3 in the Vineyard split, you just kind of win. Which means if you pick up a potion, a shuffle earlier than your opponent, you're sort of locking them out of that.
I don't usually think about the Vineyard split too much. I feel like a lot of games you don't have both players going for Vineyards, even though Vineyards do look very strong on this board.
And you do have things like, well, Candlestick Maker is a good Vineyard enabler. You only have one cheap action, though. If you've got like Candlestick Maker plus Hamlet or something, then you're just spamming $2 actions. And
yeah, I mean, here it's Populate that makes Vineyard look attractive. Okay, more plazas. Not sure we need that many villages, especially with some cities.
Yeah, I wonder if they think they're ahead on the cities and they want to activate, but even with activated cities, you've got 2 cities in a deck of 25 cards.
Okay, a bit of a sad legionary here, but it is still virtual gold.
Yeah. I would consider getting the potion now. Potion.
Yeah.
Plaza, maybe? Potion Dismantle. I haven't tracked who has the second Dismantle already.
Well, let me look.
This is also the kind of kingdom where you could say, well, I've got a ton of money already. I'm going to start buying provinces soon. But
Minionpawn has 2 dismantles. They bought one, and then they got another from Populate.
oh, yeah, then I definitely would get... yeah, I think Potion Plaza seems reasonable. You can bank up a couple of coppers to hit another Populate if you need to. They're going for more cities. I mean, they're going to be quite nice once the plazas empty out or the cities empty out. But again, in a deck of 29 cards, 3, 4 or 5 labs is not going to make a huge difference.
Yep. So here I'm guessing you dismantle the gold after you attack.
I don't know. You could
actually no. Maybe you keep it, counterfeit it, and populate.
You could dismantle a counterfeit, I think. Okay, they want more cities. I think I like populating again there.
Yeah, I definitely want to play the populate vineyard kind of thing, just which requires that you get a couple potions and then you just shove stuff into your deck.
Yeah, and you're okay with kind of whatever price points, but obviously if you hit 10, you get a ton of money.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's the potion from Minion.
Yeah, it feels like Alex is a little bit ahead, maybe just because they got that legionary attack in. We'll see if they follow suit with the potion. Sometimes Vineyard's a card you kind of ignore, and then you see your opponent buy a potion, you're like, oh crap, I need to buy a potion now.
Yeah. To be fair, Minion has populated and Alex hasn't, so I'd say they're probably pretty even.
Yeah, if you could say if you have 4 vineyards, populating gives you 8 action, and then basically populating is worth, essentially worth a province at that point.
Yeah.
But you've got to hit 10 instead of 8, and then your deck just kind of gets big and unwieldy. But you've got a lot of good, strong cards. We can potentially see a dismantle here. They're just going to plaza.
Okay, they can populate again if they want.
Yeah, I think you're saving the golds at this point for your legion. Mm-hmm. But they're going to have, 12 to 14?
Yeah, I think go for 14 and do populate potion.
Yeah, this is Vineyard's sort of the weird case where you're happy to get multiple potions.
Yeah. Well, Vineyard without... no, even with deck control, like often you do want multiple potions since you can buy a couple of them. But especially without deck control, you just need to throw a couple potions in so that you have a decent chance of finding one. And cities are now active.
Often Vineyard decks, you're not getting great deck control just because you have so many actions, but you're doing stuff every turn. You're just not doing super productive stuff. And Alex needs to pause here and track their shuffle and see if they can...
Yeah, I don't think we trigger here.
Yeah, I agree. That was nice. They had 5 cities all in a row.
Yeah.
After... their deck is much smaller, I guess, from not having populated, so... They can look at populating themselves, or they can just go in for provinces now. Although I guess they bought a potion, so they're thinking about it. That's why you wonder if a deck with the 5 cities, legionary, gold, counterfeit, and trash everything else with counterfeit and dismantle, and then just that deck can support quite a few provinces.
Yeah, money is definitely competitive here. I think I still like the Vineyard populate thing, but it might just be because it looks more fun.
Yeah, I'm a strong proponent in the fun strategy of kingdoms if you can. Although sometimes in league matches you want to take the more
Conservative route.
conservative approach. But I don't know. I guess I often in my matches tend to be the one doing the weird, try to do the weird groom rush or the weird alternative strategy. In a paradoxical way, it works. Those strategies work a little bit better in league because often your opponent will try to match you or deviate from their strategy to beat you. Whereas if you're playing a lower rated player in ladder, they'll just do some simple money-ish thing. And if your strategy goes wrong, you just have no chance. But if in the league match where your opponent's trying to meet you in the middle somehow and counter you, then then you have a chance. Hey Moyo. We thought Populate was a little sad with Mandarin, but there's also like a Mandarin golden deck with Populate where you get, what is it, 3 golds?
3 golds, a counterfeit, and a potion.
Yeah. And then you play that every turn, populate every turn, top deck your treasures, and as long as you don't get legionary attacked, you can populate every turn. Besides Plaza, there isn't really a 4th pile in danger of running here. But
yeah,
with dismantles, stuff can happen quickly with dismantles.
Okay, so Alex takes a province. Probably the realistic way to score here is a mix of provinces and vineyards.
Yeah, now I think as Minionpawn, though, you don't want to province.
Indeed. I think you want to just let the game stretch on, let them kind of drown in provinces, and try to get your vineyards to be worth a ton.
Yeah.
There's the other thing that if plazas disappear, all of a sudden cities get super activated, and then the game will probably end very quickly.
Yeah. And the vineyard player can do that on candlestick makers. The province player can do that on the states, probably.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit sad they didn't find either. They didn't find the potion. I probably just save all of these coffers, maybe buy 1 candlestick maker at this point.
Okay, they grab another potion. They have 3 potions. No, 2 potions now. 3?
Yeah, I'm not
2.
sure how I feel about the... Alex got 1, so... I'm not sure how I feel about the second potion.
Well, you could counterfeit a potion here as Alex to pick up, a couple vineyards.
Yeah. I also thought last turn Alex maybe should have picked up another gold. Maybe that's hindsight saying that, having seen the hand. Man, with the one, they have 1 or 2 golds, 1 legionary. It seems that they want to be getting as thin as possible and add another gold or 2 for reliability to just make sure the attack hits every turn. If they miss an attack, Minionpawn can get some nice victory points.
Okay, so they elect not to counterfeit the potion. All right, and they take another plaza, so cities are very close to reaching level 2.
Actually, Minion can do it right now if they want.
Yep, dismantle.
When did they draw that dismantle? Did they have that in hand? Probably they could have dismantled the Band of Misfits after the first plaza play, and then activated the cities if they wanted to. They may have decided not to based on the game situation, because that activates the cities for Alex too.
Yeah, but Minion's decently far behind. I think you gotta take a swing.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we can populate Vineyard, but no, we're going for Vineyard Province. I guess that makes sense.
If they populate, they get to top deck gold. Well, they could have trashed the copper and then top decked a gold golden potion if they populated there with the Mandarin, which seems pretty nice. But they got fairly close on VP. That was a lot of VP they scored at that point. So they're going to be able to need to... The advantage to what that line from last turn is they're guaranteed the potion in their hand this turn, even with the legionary attack. I guess it also activates plazas, and I don't think Alex would have had a pile out with the activated plazas, but it would have been pretty close, actually. And again, I think Minionpawn has a potion, and those are the bottom 2 cards of the deck, which is a little bit sad, but I assume they're going to be able to counterfeit potion here.
Yeah, it looks good to me. That should put them in the lead, seeing as Alex doesn't have a particularly large turn here.
Yeah,
what do you even do?
This is the challenge with the deck that's adding the green cards. You're just barely drawing deck with all the cities, and then you're adding green cards.
Minionpawn has 2 potions.
2 potions. I think we even considered them getting a third. So
yeah,
in the Vineyard
potion looks really good here. Vineyards are great.
Yeah, and counterfeit. Normally counterfeiting a potion is weird in any other kingdom other than Vineyard, pretty much. Or say the last potion card is being bought that turn.
Like but here you can do stuff like counterfeit a potion and then just rebuy it with the extra plus buy.
Yeah, and I absolutely would have counterfeited that silver. It's just a dead card in your deck. So they can counterfeit potion and buy 2 vineyards and something else that's nice. They're dismantling a gold into duchy gold. And just not going to buy another action. Probably they could have paid 1 coffer for a candlestick maker there, just given that they're probably not going to see those cards again. The game will be over by the next shuffle.
Yeah, there's some benefit to holding a coffer when provinces are this low, though.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I certainly see that. So probably Alex would be ahead here even, or close, if they'd just not taken the potion at all. It's hard to exactly know what the way things work out, but that is like extra stop cards in their deck, and they're not getting nearly as many points from the potion as Minionpawn is.
Mm-hmm. Band of Misfits is pretty underwhelming on this board, I gotta say.
Yeah. I think it's gotten from Populate, right? So
yeah.
Once the plazas run, you're just playing it as Dismantle, which I guess is fine. And I assume this will be double potion again, or double vineyard again. But then
definitely 2 vineyards.
And they're out of potions.
But at that point, the game's almost over. There's 1 vineyard, 1 plaza, and 2 provs left. I mean,
yeah,
I think you gotta take every point you can right now.
Yeah, the alternative would be to go province vineyard, but that seems pretty strictly worse. Nice thing is you can count how many victory points you get from the first one before you decide. But I guess you already trashed it at that point. Yeah, so Alex in a tough position. They need to get both the remaining provinces before Minionpawn can get just a small amount of DP. And it looks like they're not going to be able to do that this turn at least.
Why not take province? Because there's a possibility if you took province that your opponent can clear out something with like province, vineyard, duchy on their next turn.
Yeah, although
just unnecessary risk.
Seeing the hands, it obviously would have been fine.
Yeah.
If Alex got a bunch of cities on top of the deck and they're legionary gold, then they can do stuff. But they also could have gotten double vineyard here. So like if they got 8 and double vineyard, that's possibly enough to make up 11. I think you just have to blow everything up now. You're not going to get to see any of this stuff again.
Yeah, counterfeit and counterfeit, sure, for the extra coin, but there's no benefit to doing the potion. There's only 1 thing you can buy left. I guess it's out of your deck at that point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's out of your deck. It's 1 extra coin, 1 extra buy.
But you can't buy Vineyard here because then you just lose next turn.
Yep. So they were not able to get Province. Minionpawn is going to be able to get a Province here with the Coffers, which they saved.
Yep. Looks good.
And yeah, it looks like Minionpawn is going to get the win in this first one.
Resign time.
Yeah, especially they've already seen the potion. They're hitting 4 on this turn, which is, as we said, the draw deck that adds a lot of provinces is not here as well. Once you when your only draw is the cities. I still wonder. I think Minionpawn played this quite well. I wonder if they'd not gotten any provinces and went for more populate vineyard stuff. The game looks quite a bit different, but as we're seeing here, Alex could not have gotten 8 provinces into their deck. Their deck is not able to support that much green cards and still reliably province. But that's just a function of the kingdom. They're dismantling gold into duchy, I suppose. Yeah, so strangely, Minionpawn doesn't have pile pressure here.
Yeah, because they don't actually have a potion left.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The vineyard's not going to be worth enough points to make up the difference, and if nothing else, the duchies will run soon.
Yeah, I mean, someone's going to hit 8. Minionpawn's deck will hit 8 at some point.
Yeah. And Alex found all of their draw this turn and didn't find the Legionary. So they're going to have a tough next 2 turns, I think. They're going to get a double duchy.
They're in a really bad position. They need, let's see, Province would put them at 46. Vineyards are probably worth like 9 or 10 now. So if they could grab Province, Vineyard, and another green card, that's probably enough.
I think Vineyard's only
worth populating
5 for them.
Populate is interesting.
I was not expecting populate there.
Yeah, me neither.
Did that add 6 victory points? Which I think makes sense with 2 vineyards. Yeah, unfortunately, they've seen all their cities, so the cities are activated and they aren't going to get to see them for 2 turns.
And yeah, here's the awkward Band of Misfits spot where you're like, I guess I'll play it as Candlestick Maker.
Well, that gets you to 8, so... Oh, it didn't actually matter. All right. First game goes to Minionpawn.
Yeah. Very well played. Pretty solid strategy.
Yeah, I liked it. And I will see you in game 2.